Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. Hey, it's Friday. It's the end of another week, and the summertime. Well, even though the summertime just started, technically, the cicadas are gone here in the East Coast area because I know some of you guys live in areas where you guys didn't see them, but you did see them on my channel. If you go back and look at the video that I did where I showed you guys how bad they were, but they're gone now. You don't hear them buzzing around in the trees no more and mating, and now they're back in the ground, and I don't even see their bodies on the ground anymore. They're gone. They just sucked up like a vacuum. They're gone. So thank God of that. Fourth of July is coming up next. Wow, next weekend. Wow. Next week is the first week of July, guys, and we're just already in mode for football season coming up. I mean, you got to be excited about that. Training camp coming up July 22nd for the Dallas Cowboys, and sky's the limits for them. Um, I know there are going to be people there. I know some of you guys are going to training camp. Wish I could go. Unfortunately, I can't. Not this year anyway. More than likely next year. I might have my chips together next year. But um, I want to talk about a different position group today. I talked about safeties on my last video, so today I want to talk about the tight end group. We don't talk about the tight end group, and we don't talk about the offense pretty much in general because we know the offense is going to excel this year. We know they're going to score points. They're going to 40 burgers all day. But we know that Blake Jarwin is coming back from his ACL tear. He didn't compete in mini camp because again they wanted to slowly put him in there. Same thing with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't do mini camp either. But again, these guys are coming off of injuries, coming off of surgeries and things of that nature. So the Dallas Cowboys and whole, the staff wants to bring these guys back slow, which I think is a smart thing to do. Now, uh, as far as Blake Jarwin goes, I think he should be ready for training camp. If not, preseason to get ready for the regular games. Now, we know that Blake Jarwin is the perceived starter. We know what he brings to the table. We know what he's done. We know that we've seen glimpses of him being that number one tight end. This is the reason why he got re-signed. Now, as the season starts, what are the Cowboys going to do? Are they going to go with three tight ends? Are they going to go with three and keep a fourth one on the practice squad? Or are they just going to go with two tight ends and keep a third one on the practice squad? If you want my opinion, they could go to many different ways. They can keep three or they keep two. Now, I say they probably might keep two only because of how dynamic, how many weapons we have on this offense. I mean, because they can go one more wide receiver and use that guy as a special teamer as well. So that would benefit in that way as well. But again, five, five that's crazy. If you look at all of this, the firepower that we have on offense, right? With all the wide receivers that we have, then you're talking about Blake Jarwin and Dalton Schultz, which we saw Dalton Schultz show something last season without Blake Jarwin not being there. Now that was a good thing for him to be the number one. We've seen him step up, so we know what he can do. Now with this season, there's not enough balls to go around. We know that the Dallas Cowboys, I think, threw the tight ends about 21%, which is I think is still kind of high, but um, somebody had to be your security blanket because of the simple fact that Dak wasn't there. So when I look at those numbers, I don't really look at those numbers too much because it wasn't Dak. Pretty much. I mean, you had Dak for 5 games, but or I should say 4.5. Well, was it 5? Well, it was the fifth game, but it was half of that. But I'm gonna tell you this: with Dak Prescott being fully healthy and him coming back, I just look at this team as though I don't think that they need three tight ends. Like I said, but if you're using somebody as blockers, because we don't have a fullback now, um, because Jameis Olawale got released. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now you're gonna go Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, Jeremy Sprinkle, or Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, Sean McKeon. It just really all depends on who they like, who they want. Do they want to keep Sean McKeon around? I could see them bringing him back and putting him on the practice squad. Um, Jeremy Sprinkle, everybody asks because everybody forgets that we signed Jeremy Sprinkle. Forgot about Jeremy Sprinkle, and if you forgot who Jeremy Sprinkle is, he was a tight end. He was actually originally drafted by the Washington team. They He was there for his whole rookie contract or whatever, and they used him primarily for special teams. And then he had spot duty on offense. I think he had like one touchdown in one season. But again, they didn't utilize him that much because they had their higher up tight ends. Now I remember when the draft came out that Jeremy Sprinkle came out. I remember that my man DMV wanted him to come to Cowboys. Now I didn't really know much about him before. He is 6'5", so he's a tall tight end. I think he could block and catch, but again, he's not your projected starter. Blake Jarwin is. So how will they use said Sprinkle? Now I haven't seen what he can do as far as in camp or whatever. So I'm gonna be definitely watching in training camp and seeing if he's one of the guys that fits the mold with this team. But what I think they should do is just go Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz, and Jeremy Sprinkle, and then just go with it because that way you have guys to block, you have guys to catch the ball, and you still have your wide receiver core. Now, what the Cowboys could do and what they might do, don't be surprised if they do this. They can go short at tight end, have two of those so they can have an extra guy somewhere else because it's going to be hard getting that defensive line. Somebody gonna be the odd man out. And every draft board that I not draft board, every Cowboys mock um, roster cut has Dorrance Armstrong not making the team. So that part is interesting. It really is. So that's all I really have. I just want to talk a little bit about the tight ends. We know what Blake Jarwin brings to the table. I'm excited about this year just to see what these guys can do. Um, we saw the Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz shine. So again, you could use them as a tandem. Two tight end sets. It's not in my opinion, it's not going to be Aaron Hernandez and Gronkowski back in the day. I don't think that it'd be a dynamic like that. But I just think that both of those guys deserve playing time. They showed what they can do, and again, they had a little bit of athleticism that we did not see before. So or that we even believed that they had. Just put it that way, because we just looked at them as guys that were just like subpar, and I'm just like, oh, we're resigning this bum again. So, but I think that a lot of fans have been on the Blake Jarwin bandwagon and his train. So people have been on it, and they've been okay with him. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the tight end section. Position, who stays, who goes. How is Jeremy Sprinkle going to still be on this team? Are they going to, switch him out for Sean McKeon, or maybe they just might go with the top two and say forget it because we got all these wide receivers. We got Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, so we're good. So, but I tell you all the time, a position of strength can quickly become a position in need, like this when injuries hit. So those of you that always are like masters of keep saying, "Oh, get rid of him, trade him, get rid of him, trade him." Yes, but you have to be smart about it because you can miss out on something and all of a sudden you don't have it anymore. And when you need it, it's not there because you don't have it anymore. You sold it off the pasture. So that's the same thing with the linebacker section. Everybody wants to get rid of Jalen Smith. Everybody wants to get rid of Leighton Vander Esch. But what they don't understand is these guys are key cogs on that defense. These guys have been here before. They know what's going on. So for you to get thrusted into action like that as somebody that hasn't been here and or a younger individual, it's not gonna work. So but that's all I got for right now, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And be safe out there. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy YouTube Blue, always keeping it real. Peace out.